I agree with everything, dude. The game's been a lot of fun for me. I've been enjoying. I know that pay to win aspect makes people like not wanting to play it, but I think it's worth trying, man. You don't have to pay to play. It does get you further, but you don't need to be in a hurry. The people that are in a hurry, they just want to flex their dick and say I'm 1100 eye level. But you don't really need to do that. I've seen players exceed their credit card to reach there, and I've seen players that didn't even use their credit card to reach there. So if you have the knowledge in game, I don't think people spend money. But if you have no knowledge and you want to get up there, they do spend money. So it's like different. As I said before, you don't need to rush it, dude. There's no point. There's not even a lot of people up there anyways. Alright, going into the next video. One last video before we start. It's almost reset too, so progress in the chat. That being said, the next video is gonna be how I got to 1100 item level in 9 days without pay to win. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, chat. All the good players, including my friends, they haven't paid to get to 1100, but I know a lot of people that paid that got to there.
Today we're going to take a look how I went from 0 item level to 1100, which actually unlocks, you know, tier 3 content. As you can see in the background, I'm already in Punica, or yeah, this is called Punica now, and which
what does this place looks amazing.
Entire new content and most of the end game content in the game. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, you will have to level to 50 and continue the main quest line. So the normal route is going from Tortoik to Annika and then to R13 and then from R13 to North Vern. But there's a couple people that skip Annika entirely because you can, but I did not do that. So once you enter Vern, which is, by the way, the town that I'm in right now, this is when the endgame questlines or the level 50 questlines start. So in this sense, you will level through this entire area of North Vern, which you can see right here, the continent. And after you finish this, you can actually get a power pass in your mail, which allows you to boost one character at a time. So that means once you're at that level, once you've finished North Vern, you'll get that mail and you can boost one of your old characters. Once you've boosted that first character, you can actually boost a second character as well. So once you've completed the North Vern quest line, you will be ending up here, which is at the docks of North Vern. Once
do I need to watch this?
You'll have to equip a new boat called Sturmbrecher or Icebreaker in some versions, I believe, which you've gotten through the quest line.
I kind of know.
Once you have that equipped, you will head to Shushire and do the entire quest line over there. So now that we're in endgame, this not only opens up a lot of new
this is what I recommend all the time too.
But before I do any of that,
exclamation mark island in the chat.
My daily reset is, I will enter the island route or the Gienna Sea route made on Maxwell by Choi Licious. Now, I will link this in the description. This is very important to do, and this gives out a lot of materials. It's very efficient, and you will get through a lot of quest lines as well. Island hearts,
I did this the second
points,
day.
Everything you need.
This is the guide on it.
This will get you started once you reach level 50
it's
or
a lot,
once you reach endgame
after
the quest line tells you to get to 460 item level. So depending when your daily reset is, and I really want to stress that you will figure that out quickly depending on where you live and where your region is, and then, you know, on which server you're playing. There's also a couple of new endgame systems that you will be introduced here that you should be doing almost every day. First of which is the Chaos Dungeon. Looks like this on the minimap, and if you click on it, you can see all the different kinds of Chaos Dungeons that you can do. This will give you gear, and the gear that you got from Shushire will actually already be the 302 gear, so you will already be... What
I will say, if you're a beginner in this game, is do everything you can, and then do Chaos Dungeon and Guardian last, because the higher eye level you are, the higher level you can do, and the higher level you can do, the higher reward you get. So do everything possible and then go.
Decked out in this, and you can start upgrading it. On top of that, you have Guardian raids, also something you can do on a daily basis. You can harvest 2 souls a day, so 2 Guardians a day is preferred. And as you start doing these, you also get more materials. And each first clear of these actually also gives you an extra box. To unlock the next tier of Guardians, you have
make sure you loot the box, don't leave.
So, yeah, you will
like somebody.
You will be doing that either way. Also, a part of the big gameplay loop and endgame are Una's tasks. If you press Alt J on your keyboard, you can see there's a new UI window popping up.
4 million years of
Yo, thank you so much for the format NART. Yeah, make sure you loot the boxes and go.
with all the different Unas tasks that you can do. Generally speaking, leap stones is what you're looking for. Right now these ones look blue because this is for tier 2. But these should be looking green in the beginning.
The blue
On top
juice.
of that, if you go to the next tab, there's a weekly tab up here, which also introduces you to weekly Unas tasks. My preferred ones are the PvP ones, obviously, which give you a lot.
Okay, if there's any beginners watching this, it's gonna look overwhelming, but this is nothing. You can breeze through these. I don't know if you just mentioned the Alt W, but we'll see.
Leap stones and some life shards as well, but you can also experiment with these as well. On top of that, there's also the reputations that you get from doing those Unas tasks, so always keep checking if you have something new unlocked. Like here, for example, I claim that and it keeps progressing. On top of that, you have another weekly, which looks like this on your minimap, this little blue crystal thing, which is an Abyss dungeon. Now these you start at item level 340. These are a little bit harder content and you need a 4-person party to complete them. They will give you gold, materials, especially in dismantling the items and so on. Outside of every major town, there's also something called a merchant ship, which if you go to the normal tab here also gives you a variety of different materials to buy.
One thing he didn't mention in here, I think our daily reset just hit, so if I press Alt... Oh shit, I thought I turned off my game. Okay, if you press Alt J and the daily quests are here, I checkmark these. These are my favorites. These are like the easy ones to do and it gives the most juice, right? And I accept it. 1, 2, and 3. And shout out to the Korean warlord dudes for teaching me. You press Alt W and you can save your location and move there. So I'm gonna move there and I get to do the daily super fast. I just move there, do everything, move there, do everything, move there, do everything. Doesn't even take like 5 minutes, I think, right? It's super quick. So I'm already here. I'm gonna do this daily and the other ones, same thing. So Alt W to get this Bifrost. It's an amazing feature. He didn't mention it, so I'm just backing it up, right? But his video is very informational and good too. And yeah, these are juice, the pirate ships, free juicers.
With pirate coins. So this is something you can buy each week and is also super important.
Super
important. The pirate coin merchant isn't actually the only vendor that has weekly lockouts. There's one more, actually 2 more that I want to talk about real quick. One is the infinite chaos dungeon. So if you already did your chaos dungeon, obviously you will see that the aura
what does that mean?
is depleted, but you can still keep running it and it will give you a different kind of currency. This currency can be used at a vendor right next to the chaos dungeon, which can award you a weekly lockout.
The tier 2 one, there's so much to farm
that you can get used to as well. In all tiers this is available, and this is also very important. On top of that, on every major city there's also someone called a Silmail Bloodstone exchange vendor, which is very important if you're in a guild. So this is what the Silmail one looks like, which will also reward you a little bit of materials depending on your guild level. You get these bloodstones by doing guild donations, which are daily. I would recommend only doing the silver ones. And on top of that, helping your guild with guild tasks.
I haven't done any guild donations. I was trying to help the research, but it wouldn't let me. It said I'm too new to the
characters as well. I personally do not. I have, as you can see, I have 4 characters. Only one is really leveled up. One is at 340, so he can do the Abyss raid we just talked about. But we'll talk about my alt tier now. So if you're still struggling to get harmony shards and leap stones and some other materials, make sure to push one alt to a certain level because
Scrub, thank you for the 42 months. Appreciate it, man. You're the legend. You're the legend. Thank you.
First clear of the tower actually rewards no materials, but the second one and every consecutive clear afterwards will give you materials, as you can see right here. So what I did is on the first 13 floors, as you can see here, I have gained materials. That is because I pushed my alt character, which is my Shadow Hunter in this case, to 380-ish item level. So the Shadow Hunter can do the Shade Spire Tower first, and then on the second clear, I will get all of these rewards on my main character, which is a lot of harmony shards, and that will bridge the gap between contents a little bit more. Now,
I gotta do my
mats from the islands and your Chaos Dungeon and your Guardian Raids and your Unas tasks, you should be approaching 460 item level soon, which will unlock the next endgame questline, which is here in Rohendel. So in Rohendel, that questline also gives you more materials and will help you upgrade faster. On top of that, after finishing the quest line, there should be some purple quests popping up around this area in the main city, which will introduce you to your second awakening questline. It will be named something along the lines of Journey or something like that. That questline gives you more materials on top of that. So while you're continuing the questline of Rohendel, and while you're doing other things,
wait, is it Rohandel or Rohandel? I don't know.
Like doing the secondary awakening questline, there's also something to be aware of, which is the dungeons. From here on out, all the hard mode dungeons will actually reward you with materials as well. So obviously during leveling and doing the first clears, you normally do them on a normal mode, which also rewards materials. But the hard mode will as well. So keep that in mind and do the hard mode dungeons as well if you want to have more materials. So now you will be slowly approaching some bottlenecks. And a lot of people call Mary's Secret Shop pay to win because it is to an extent, but you can circumvent that very easily without paying anything.
True.
So first of all, as you can see right here, I have 6,500 blue crystals, which all of those besides 2.6k, by the way, this package right here is very worth buying if you want blue crystals.
Oh, did I buy that one,
chat? I didn't even use that yet. So I have 6.4k blue crystals just by clicking this little button at the bottom right.
This is something people don't know about. You can buy the blue crystal not with money, but with your gold. And the prices were dead low because of Soda Poppin' and NMP spending all their credit cards. So you should have taken advantage on that. I think it's still cheap right now. You could still buy it.
Currency exchange. Depending on your server, you can actually exchange gold.
Wait, 200 gold for... Oh my... Dude, you know our server? My server, chat? 90 gold for 100 crystal. It was that cheap, dude.
For blue crystals. And in the beginning, gold is not very useful, especially in tier 1 and tier 2. So that being said, I was transferring a lot of gold from my pockets into the market so I can get blue crystals out of that by selling books.
Yeah, Steve's talked about it in Allcraft, talked about me doing ERP, dude. What the front door, man?
Selling items, by selling armor, by doing the abyss raids that we talked about earlier, the abyss dungeons, they also reward you gold. And a couple quest lines in the game reward you gold as well. So that being said, you can see right here, there's a lot of ways to get blue crystals. And this is very easy to do. As I said, most of the early on gold gain isn't really used anyways. So depending on your server, you can get a lot of blue crystals just by converting them completely free to play. And then you can use those crystals on Mary's Secret Shop if you need them. Okay,
I love
buy
Mary.
the entire shop out as you can.
Wait, is it Mary? I thought it was Mari. Chat, am I saying everything wrong or is Neeko saying everything wrong? Rohandel, Mari, but Mary, Mari. It's Mari, right? Okay.
I didn't buy everything here. I just bought a couple things that I thought were useful, like shard pouches, especially harmony shards. A lot of people struggle with those. So be careful what you buy here. Some of these deals are not good.
Don't be careful. Just buy everything. Wipe out her store. That's Hoggers in the chat. Dude, it's only 23 diamond. That's nothing, man.
Deals, and some of these things are actually way cheaper in the auction house. So
no, dude, our auction house is broken. We have whales in our server, dude.
Crystals
they're breaking it. They're breaking our system. So you
can actually get the most.
Okay, I guess it depends what server you play on.
And don't just waste it on random deals or random items. Also, another quick note before we continue. Please make sure to always check your welcome challenge, especially the gear upgrade section. From the get-go, this awards you a lot of things, a lot of materials starting in tier 1 and throughout the entire upgrading process. So always try to do these welcome challenges, especially the gear upgrade ones. But there's also some very valuable ones in every section, like the collectible one as well. Also, always take a look out on this little compass on the top left of your screen, which shows various different events, some of which also award you with materials. If you want to double check very important events as well, click on the ProSecon compass below your minimap, which shows you what's available today from very important content pieces that will disappear tomorrow and basically have a daily reset on top of it. So now with all of that in mind, you should be approaching Yorn 600 gear score, which will be called tier 2 content from here on out. And there's one very important thing to note about the items you made in tier 1, the plus 15 tier 1 items. So once you've finished the Yorn questline, you will be in the Great Castle area. And now you won't have gear anymore. So not like the Shushire questline that gave you a full set of gear. You won't get that in tier 2. Oh, yeah. To actually get your gear to 802 item level, you will have to do 2 chaos dungeons probably, depending on how lucky you are, obviously. So again, now after the Rohendel chaos dungeons, you will be in Yorn, which the first one you can do at 600 item level, and it will drop 802 item level.
Yeah, I thought there was like a secret way to get to 1100, but I guess there's no secret. Just like basic things that we already kind of know.
Pieces. If in your first 2 chaos dungeons you can't get the full set of these, make sure to go to the auction house again, go to the auction house tab up here, go to gear and look up some items, especially tier 2 items obviously, so you can fill the gap if something is missing. Don't buy anything expensive here, doesn't really matter. You just want to get to that 802 item level threshold. You have a full set of plus 15 gear still from tier 1, but you had got your 802 item level pieces. You click on gear transfer where you normally hone your gear. You actually transfer your plus 15 tier 1 gear on top of the 802 chaos dungeon gear, which should get you a plus 1 immediately, and you're not wasting the old gear whatsoever. So again, in tier 2 you will be doing the same things as always. You'll be doing your Una's task, you will be doing your weeklies, and you will be doing your chaos dungeon and your guardian raids and your abyss raids. But again, I want to show you the website I talked to you about earlier, which is the island route, the max roll guide by Choi. If you scroll down all the way here, you will eventually get to the tier 2 materials route. So this is again the similar thing as in tier 1. You will have a lot of different islands to do, and which will award you a lot of different materials. Keep in mind these optional islands are also really good. So outside of Yorn is also what you call Azure Island, which was optional in the guide before. You will have to do Shankra Island before you can actually do Azure Wind Island, or before you can
did I F up? I did all the island in one day. I didn't know it was like split into 1 and 2 parts.
It shows up on different.
I did everything in one day.
Normally in your area chat, people will spam where this actually is. Keep a lookout for that island right up.
I think that's why I have so much tier 2
material. You also need Harmony Island, which also rewards you with a song. So keep a lookout for that, which is an adventure island as well. In tier 2, there's actually one additional vendor on Azure Wind Island, which is Rika. This you can do once a week, and you can get up to 3,000 life shards from this as well, because this is always something you will be needing, so this is very important to do. All you need to do is doing this little event right here every 10 or 15 minutes, and you have to do this 3 times a week, and it's very easy, 3,000 life shards. And also again, keep in mind that in tier 2 you obviously have abyss raids as well. So in both of these you have abyss raids. Once you're out of the item level, you can't do them anymore though. But it's very important to do these. They give you a good amount of gold, a good amount of mats and items that you can also sell on the marketplace, like engraving books that can go to upwards 1,000 gold each, depending on how lucky you are. Oh, and if you're still struggling a little bit with gold and how to get it, there's some characters that will actually award you gold by having good affinity with them, a good rapport with them.
Yeah, you gotta suck their cock and they give you gold, chat. Just give them something, PPC.
That's also something to keep
I actually haven't invested a lot in this thing.
Also use your daily emotes and your daily instrument plays on some people that actually give you gold, like Mr. Thyron over here. Also, one more quick note towards the
Oh, Ma, I didn't even hear the music. Now I know what you're talking about.
After you did them, you will be rewarded with a secret map, like this or like this. These can actually be shared, so if I click right click, you can see right here that you can share this map. You can do this in a 4-man group with 4 different people that have different maps, which awards a lot of materials as well. Shard bags. And something I haven't really mentioned just yet, the breaths. These breaths are very expensive because they actually up the chances of your enhancements. On top of that, from the abyssal raids that we talked about, you can also get these tailoring books, which can also upgrade your enhancing chances.
Oh my god, that one's 1,400 gold.
So do these maps in a group and you will be rewarded handsomely. Same, these moon breaths can be gained by a lot of different events. Ghost ships, as we talked about in the Prosecons Compass, and even Infinite Chaos Dungeon can award these. So keep these in mind. They're very
Oh my god,
expensive,
your
they're very useful
matches.
if you want to have higher chances to enhance your gear. And last but not least, I just wanted to quickly mention these little gambling boxes because they show two different types of tickets. These
Oh,
you
this
can
is something
also
I
drop
don't
from
know,
Chaos
actually.
Dungeons, or you just gamble them in on the guild vendor. This is one of them is called the Silent Hall in this case, which is already tier 2, which is a
I don't
boss
know how to do any of the guild stuff actually.
rush event, which awards you leap stones and all kinds of good stuff. And on top of that, the cube, which you should always also do, which can award you even more breaths that we
You
just
are
talked
noob.
about.
Stop being
That's
noob.
basically it. If you have any further questions, please let me know.
That
I
was a
will
good video,
continue my
Mr.
Punica questline
Neeko.
now and progress my character even further. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you out, please consider subscribing. I'm also gonna show you guys a little bit of an overview screen of just some of the most important activities, just so you don't get too confused. And yeah.
Chaos Dungeon, Infinite Chaos, Guardian Raid, Una's Task, Welcome Challenge, Mari Shop, Weekly Pyre Vendor, Guild Vendor. I feel like when people, like new players watch this, they're gonna feel overwhelmed, but this is nothing. This is nothing.
Yeah, see you over on Twitch, I guess, maybe. And until then, thanks for watching, guys.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Alright, chat, that is it for our reaction. Any questions or concerns? I mean, he covered it all, and here's a link to his video right here. Bam. Alright, I'm gonna do my Una's task, and then we'll use my juice to upgrade. I have a lot of juice, dude. I saved up so much today. Or yesterday, I should say. I didn't stream yesterday because I wanted to take a break, and I needed to talk with my family. I don't want to talk too much about it because it makes me sad, but yeah, I'll tell you guys later. Not today. Anyways, it's time to gamble, dude. Or it's like stuff about my dad. Yeah. And his chemotherapy. Which is like sad stuff to talk about. And I'm gonna get emotional if I talk about it, so I'm not gonna talk about it. I need to stream and forget about it, man.